We
Yeah,
still gotta talk about the GOAT.
oh yeah. Tom Brady retiring, man. You know what's?
Okay.
I think of my life in like Tom Brady's career, right? Because Tom Brady won his first Super Bowl like 2, 3 weeks before I was born.
Yep.
Right, the Rams Super Bowl. I think February 3rd, 2002. It was a couple weeks before I was born. Damn, I really thought he should have retired after the Rams Super Bowl. I thought it would have been too much fair. I think it was on the anniversary. It was the same team. It was the sixth ring. But I mean, he obviously still had a lot in the tank. I mean, he still has a lot in the tank right now. I mean, I don't know. He threw 5,000 yards,
I'm saying, like,
40 touchdowns. Like he's still obviously could go if he wanted to, but it is crazy for someone to dominate this long. So many guys came and left, and Brady was just still top of the league. Like, Calvin Johnson. I think Calvin Johnson. I don't know if it was his second year. I think it was his second year of college. Played the rest of his college career. Drafted into the NFL. Played an NFL career. Retired. Was inducted into the Hall of Fame. All in Tom Brady's career. And then he was from the first year. The first year he started, he won the Super Bowl. The last year he started, I mean, he was still a contender. Like, we've never seen anything like this. It's complete and utter domination of a sport.
A lot of people talk about the domination, but another thing a lot of people just, I mean, like they talk about it when it's like only relevant, but they don't talk about the fact that this man did not miss games. I think he's only missed 18 games. No, not 18. 20 games in his entire career. Because remember the 4-game suspension in 2016.
Yep, and then there was the season that he missed in
the ACL. No, actually, that wouldn't be 16. No, there wouldn't be whatchamacallit. Wait, 16 plus 4. It would be 20. It wouldn't be 20. It would be 19 because he started that year in 2008. It would be 19. I think he's only missed 19 games, like as a starter. His first year, I don't think wasn't he drafted in 2000. In 2000,
he was drafted in 2000. I think his first year starting was 2001. Yeah, 2001.
Yeah. So think about that for a second. It took this man getting a season-ending injury to not play. When they did that, that's the thing about Tom Brady. Never sat down. There was never a time in which his backup played unless he got hurt or suspended. I remember there was this one game, I think it was against the Titans. They were up like fucking 40 points. Man still out there throwing touchdowns.
Oh yeah, that snow game.
Just does not care.
Yeah, I remember that game.
Like, just does not care, bro. And the crazy part about it is the most, like, well, I would say the most interesting part about it, I think that Tom Brady said when someone asked him about retirement, I think it was either recently or not too long ago. They asked him, when you retire, what do you think you're gonna do? He said, I think I'm gonna need a therapist. And they were laughing. He was like, nah, I'm being serious. He's like, if I sit down and I watch football, and you know, like you see how the nigga played this year, 44 years old, had an MVP caliber season. If he's sitting down watching football, looking at all these guys play quarterback, he said, I feel like I just feel like I can get back out there. And that just shows you how much.
And not be wrong, too. Like, he could actually really just get back out there and be better than most of these guys.
Like, it's like the fact that he can say that and be right, it just shows you how much of a competitor, how much of just that guy is. Like, you think about the GOATs of sports, you look at Tom Brady's tall, lanky, goofy ass, you're like, who the fuck is this? Yeah, and then you look at everything this man has done, you're like, what? Really?
Yeah.
This guy. It's unbelievable. We'll never see anything like it. I swear my life on it.
I mean, yeah, like I'm looking at it right now. I mean, the first year, right? Obviously, Drew Bledsoe started that season, then got injured in that Jets game. From that Jets game to the end of this season, the only games that he missed were the 4-game suspension in that 2000 was the 8th season when he had the
That's
ACL
it.
tear.
19 games. You want
That
to talk about
is.
Iron Man? You want to talk about Eli Manning, Brett Favre? What about Tom?
Mention Tom Brady.
Where's Tom at, man?
And
I
then
just can't believe it.
the playoff success is just so unfathomable. Unfathomable. I can't even say words.
That's
But
a whole nother career in itself. That's a whole
that's a
different
whole
topic
other
itself.
career. Like, Tom Brady has more divisional round, just in the divisional round, playoff wins than any other player except for, any other player has playoff wins, period. Except for Joe Montana. I think Joe Montana is the one guy with more playoff wins than Tom Brady has playoff wins just in the divisional round.
Hold on, wait. Before you continue, just to silence any doubt. Okay? This generation of quarterbacks since Peyton Manning came into the league in what, 98? I think it was 98.
Yep.
From 98 to now, we still have the last one remaining. Last two maybe is Rodgers and Russell Wilson, even if you want to count them, right?
I wouldn't even.
Last two we have remaining.
Rodgers is more like that Flacco era.
Yeah, so let's just say, because I'm just talking about from all together, Tom Brady's been here. Okay, all the new guys from like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, they're new guys. Everyone now, Rodgers and Wilson are left, right?
I mean, it's Tannehill.
Think about this. Yeah, and Tannehill.
Sorry.
Put this into perspective. Peyton Manning has 2 Super Bowls. Ben Roethlisberger has 2 Super Bowls. Russell Wilson has 1 Super Bowl. Drew Brees has 1 Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers has 1 Super Bowl. Tom Brady has 7.
Tom Brady in 2 years with the Bucks at over 40, 43, 44. 2 years with the Bucks won as many NFC Championship games as Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers.
Combined. Well, not
combined.
Super Bowl. Yeah.
But that is just ridiculous. Like he said, he put that narrative to rest immediately, all right? And it wasn't just like the Bucks. No, obviously the Bucks had a good roster. I'm not going to deny that. But it wasn't like the Bucks carried him and he was just like a game manager. No. He was the reason why they were as successful as they are. I mean, he was the reason why they got as far as they got this year. Almost coming back in that playoff game. Like, Tom Brady is just different. Like, I can't... Like, even LeBron James, right? LeBron James, if Tom Brady's the number 1 athlete all the time in American sports history, LeBron's probably number 2. Even if he's not the greatest basketball player, just him as a character, as a person, as an influencer in the game, I think he'll be number 2 between him and Brady. But even LeBron's domination, or even Michael Jordan's domination on the sport, just wasn't this great, I guess. But like, yeah, Michael Jordan won 6 in like 6 full seasons that he played, but then Brady never had that period where he retired. LeBron, yeah, he made 8 straight finals. Tom Brady made, we're talking about this. Now, this is conference championships, but he made 2011, 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and then 20, right? Because he didn't make it 19. Like, relative to the rest of the NFL, he is just so broken. I don't know how to explain it. Then also, you look at his stats, he's had 3 Hall of Fame careers. Right? Like, you take from the first ring to the Giants loss, and then you take the year, I guess 09 to like 2014, and then you take from 2015 to the end of his career. He's really played 3 Hall of Fame careers in one lifetime. It is, I don't think we can do justice just how dominating Tom Brady has been over the NFL for the past 20 years. Like, no dynasty has been 20 years. At least not that I could think of. Not the Jordan Bulls, not the LeBron Lakers, LeBron Heat, Cavs, or whatever. No player, I mean, at least not in any major sport that I've watched, has dominated a sport at as high a level and as for long as Tom Brady has since 2001. It is
Except for me, I'm coming to the league soon.
okay. Jed, you got any thoughts?
He's just the GOAT.
I mean, yeah,
That's enough said.
I'm going to all this detail. That's really it. He's just the GOAT.
Like
He's
I
the
just, there's nothing else. There's literally nothing else. You can
Nothing
say.
else
Like
to say.
the only person that comes close is Jerry, and it's not even close.
Yeah, it's not even that close. Yeah.
Hey, this shit it's retarded. Like you just put that into perspective for me. He has played 3 Hall of Fame careers. Yes. Like due to the quarterback standards back in the day, like those first 3 Super Bowl rings, that was a Hall of Fame quarterback right there and right then and there. And then after that, he won against what you said 2014. Sure, he may have been 1-1 in the Super Bowl, but like he still put up crazy ass numbers.
Won 2
And then
MVPs. I mean, he won 07, he won 09.
Yep,
Yeah.
that is ridiculous. He's really gone. Yeah, I really thought I knew he was gonna go away, but like you didn't think he was ever gonna go away. You know.
The thing that really made it for me was finding out this man had. How do I say this? The season that Peyton Manning got his first playoff win was the year that Tom Brady won his second ring. So Peyton Manning out here celebrating his first playoff win. Tom Brady is getting Super Bowls. And Peyton Manning is like the one guy that we compared to Brady throughout this whole stretch, right? More than anyone else.
And I'm thinking
It really
about it.
wasn't a rivalry until maybe he got into Denver. Tom Brady owned him. I'm no disrespect to Peyton Manning. Obviously, he's one of the greatest of all time. But Tom Brady regularly was the better guy. It was only a rivalry because Peyton Manning also put up numbers, not because it was actually close when these two played.
You know what I find funny? I know I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it.
Go ahead, man.
I'm going to say it. I think Peyton Manning has become one of the most overrated quarterbacks I've seen in recent memory. Just in the playoffs. Just in the playoffs alone.
Okay. That's
Like, you got Aaron Rodgers and you have Peyton Manning, really. Like, you want to see it because of the regular season, but like you said, Tom Brady was celebrating his second Super Bowl victory and Peyton Manning's first Super Bowl win, his first playoff win.
first
like-
playoff one. Yeah.
I think that speaks more to Tom Brady than it does Peyton, of course, but like you said, at first the debate was Tom Brady versus Peyton. With now a clearer mind and a clearer perspective and a much more mature age at myself, because I used to be a Brady. I'm not gonna say Brady hater, but I dislike the presence of Brady back in the day.
Definitely.
I used to say that Peyton Manning was better than Tom Brady.
I said that out of spite. Like, my aunt, she lives in the Boston area. She got me a fucking Randy Moss jersey for the Patriots. And I was like so mad at her. It's like, no, Brady sucks.
Like, get that shit away from me. Peyton Manning's the better. He's the GOAT.
Yeah.
But now that I really just really grown up and I've got a better perspective on Tom Brady, what he actually has done, how hard it is to play football, how hard it is to not just win a Super Bowl, but to win a fucking football game. The Jaguars have 22 men out on the field, and now they have the number 1 overall pick 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
If that doesn't speak volumes to how hard it is to win a football game, then I don't know what the fuck does.
Yeah.
But this man Tom Brady has been to what, 10 Super Bowls, 10 of them.
10.
And I'm not only going to give him credit. It's a team effort, but the common denominator amongst all 10 of those Super Bowls has been Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. And I look at other guys that we compare him to. In terms of talent, Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback. In terms of who they are, like who they play, like what they do on the field, it's Tom Brady, and no one's close. So I just can't believe at one point in time, maybe back then, before Tom Brady like kind of just went crazy again after 2016. Maybe back then there was a bit of an argument. But now that I look at it, I just think that's just fucking ludicrous that Tom Brady and Peyton Manning are mentioned in the same breath. You know,
Yeah.
that anyone is mentioned with Tom Brady in the same breath.
Like it should be like I said, that kind of speaks to it, right? Because I mean, you can have LeBron, you can have Michael, you can have. I mean, I know some people that stuff Kareem,
Yeah,
and there's like a genuine conversation to be had, but to mention anyone as being anything close to like, if you want to talk accolades, he's number one. 7 Super Bowls, 5 Super Bowl MVPs, 3 MVPs in the regular season, right? So if you want to talk accolades, we could talk accolades. But if you want to talk stats, we could talk stats too. Number one in all-time yards, number one in all-time completions, number one in all-time touchdowns. Like, he has it all. He has both stats, accolades, impact on culture. Like I said, he's retiring, and the game's just gonna feel different next year, right? Like we've seen a lot of these quarterbacks from his era retiring the past couple of years. Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger, Peyton Manning in 2015. So we've seen all the guys that also played a role in defining this era of football. None of them, like even Peyton Manning, has come close to like this feeling without Tom Brady. And somehow Tom Brady outlasted all of them. And he looked.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm sorry for cutting you off. I realized that, what was it, last year?
Mm-hmm.
I realized that Phillip Rivers really retired. I literally just realized that he retired. I did not give a single fuck that he retired. I'm not gonna lie to you.
And it's I mean, I like Phillip Rivers, but yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like, I just didn't give a single fuck that Phillip Rivers retired. I mean, like, I liked Phillip Rivers. He talks a lot of shit. I like that about a quarterback, but like when I look at it, you're right. Like, Tom Brady has had such an impact on football. I don't care that a literal, like two, back to back. Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks back to back. I don't give a fuck about. I just don't.
I mean, obviously, I still have great respect for them. I still think they're. I know Rivers might be a bit more controversial. Both are gonna make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But he's just.
He's gone.
How do I say this? In the way he went on top. Now, Phillip Rivers had a good year his last year, right? I'm not gonna act like he didn't. Peyton Manning, obviously, he was slower. Drew Brees, we saw he was slow. They weren't the same guy. Phillip Rivers had a solid last year. But Tom Brady, from a statistical standpoint, he had the best. He had the most yards. He had the most touchdowns. He had the most completions, and he had a pretty good completion percentage. So statistically, he had the best season. To be a 44-year-old and be the best quarterback playing in the league, it's just
retarded. Ben just retired. I mean, like, shit. I'm gonna be hurt that Ben is gone, but I get it. You give me the option to go to Ben's retirement ceremony or TB12's retirement ceremony. It's not a choice.
And it's a diehard Steelers fan too.
I'm going to Tom Brady every day of the week,
I'm
bro.
Brady all day, man.
I'm looking at it right now. He had the second highest completion percentage of his career this season.
Like,
so he arguably, I mean, outside of that 2007 MVP in the regular season, probably. His second
he had
best
an
season.
MVP. He had an MVP season this year.
He might still, like, I don't know if he will. I doubt he will. But I still think there's a chance he wins MVP. Obviously, the votes are already done. It was done before the playoffs. But I would not be surprised if it actually came out that he was the MVP.
Hold on, Skip Bayless been preaching that all season long. Skip might be right.
Yeah, you're talking about Tom Brady doesn't have the arm strength. Yeah, he leads the league in air distance. Come on.
Hold on, look at that.
Number one in air distance. Skip was
Hold
right.
On. According to Skip, he's never lost an argument to Shannon Sharp. He might be on to something.
Not once.
But no, like, seriously, like, I think I'm not. You can call me a fake Steelers fan all you want.
You're not a fake
I care.
Steelers fan.
I care about Tom Brady a lot more than I care about Ben Roethlisberger personally. Like, I appreciate everything Ben has done for the Steelers, but he ain't no Tom Brady. I appreciate more what Tom Brady has done for football than Ben Roethlisberger has done for the Steelers.
I mean, I'll say now. To be fair, now these dudes have had anywhere near the same strategy for success as even Ben Roethlisberger. But like, I could give a fuck about Carson Palmer or Andy Dalton. Like, I guess I'll cheer for them because like it's a joke. I mean, I still got respect for them as quarterbacks, but I could be damned.
Yeah.
Like, Tom Brady is that guy. Like, Tom Brady, man. Wow,
like
the game really changed.
People just still have the audacity to slander the man. Like, I saw like this one video of like Tom Brady is overrated. I'm like, okay, buddy.
Well, hold on, I will say this. There was this one guy who's been known to say that for years until this point, right? Barry McCockiner. And he even came out and, leave me alone. Tom Brady the GOAT. He came out and said, Tom Brady the GOAT. Leave me alone. But, oh, gosh. Everyone thought, too, the Super Bowl last year, right, the Bucks Chiefs, that was going to be like a passing of the torch. Tom Brady said, fuck that.
Fuck
I'm
that.
winning another one.
I'm saying, fuck you. This is my Super Bowl. I'm not passing.
No passing. I'm gonna set the bar so high. You gotta get Obama to force the Air Force to find it. Never mind. That's. I'm sorry. That's J. Cole. I had to.
J. Cole is some fucking shit.
I'm ready to get my input now. If y'all done shucking this long.
Yes. So, wait. I'm not done yet. But yeah, go ahead.
So y'all talking all this nonsense about Tom Brady. Do we not realize that Matt Ryan is top 10?
Okay, let's go.
Yo.
Come on.
Yeah.